what's up everyone, and welcome to another box office predictions video for the week. This is the second one I'm doing, and this weekend is a big one because a big movie comes out. At least for the internet, it's big. It might not be a huge movie when it comes to box office intake, but it's going to be a big film for the internet, that's for damn sure. And this movie, of course, is Ready Player One. Technically comes out today on Thursday, which is a very strange day. Usually they have early screenings for Thursday, but they don't count that usually as the day. For some reason, I don't know why they don't count it as a day, because most of the time early screenings are like 7 p.m. I mean, that's pretty damn early. Usually early screenings were like, back in the day, used to be like the earliest 10 p.m. Most of the time would be midnight, but now it's 7 p.m. They don't count those. They actually count the Thursday screenings towards the Friday total, which is weird, but whatever. Today it actually came out on Thursday though, so you could see it at 1 p.m. You could saw it at 11 a.m. You could saw it at 4, whatever. Yesterday I did see it and I really enjoyed it. I did a review for it. I thought it was great. I had a great time. If you want to check out the review, it's 17 minutes long, so if you have 17 minutes, go check it out. But if you don't want to watch a 17-minute review, then go watch my Stardust reaction, which is 30 seconds long. If you don't have Stardust, please go get it. It's a really awesome app that you could just record a 30-second reaction to whatever you just watched, a show, a movie. Well, that's pretty much it. But there's no games or music in it just yet, at least. But whatever you watched, you could do a 30-second reaction to it, as long as it's a show or a movie. So, or a trailer. You could do a trailer too. But anyway, let's get to this, okay? Because not only did Ready Player One come out, boys, we got a new Tyler Perry movie. Oh yeah, Acrimony. I've been seeing this trailer a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of interested in it in a Tyler Perry not Madea way. Does that make sense? Like when Tyler Perry does not Madea movies, like Temptation or what was that other one? What was the other one I'm thinking of? Anyway, Temptation is the main one. I really enjoy them. Temptation I only watched because of Spill.com talking about it and how amazing it was. That's the only reason why I watched that movie. And I watched it like months later. And that movie is so watchable. It really is. So hopefully this movie is, or it could just be good. Who knows? It has Taraji P. Henson in it, who is a great actress, even though she was just in that Proud Mary movie, which I heard was bad. But who knows? Maybe this will be good. You never know. But you have that, but you also have a brand new Christian film. Woo, another one. But it's Easter weekend, so it makes sense that this is coming out. God's Not Dead 3. For all you God's Not Dead fans, guess what? The trilogy is complete. And this one, it's going to be hard to judge how well it's going to do because we had a Christian movie that came out last weekend, and 2 weeks ago we had, of course, I Can Only Imagine. So it's going to be hard to guess which one's actually going to do well. So anyway, let's get to it, okay? So we have 3 movies, and we also have the holdovers from last weekend. How well is Pacific Rim going to do this weekend in its second weekend? How well is Black Panther going to do in its 7th weekend? Who knows? Let's do it, okay? I know it's been 3 minutes, all right? You don't want to hear me talk anymore. Let's get to it, baby. All right, so I'm going to start off with number 1. And of course, what I think is going to be number 1 is obvious. Number 1 is going to be Ready Player One. And it's going to get that number 1 spot, of course, as the title would suggest. Now, I'm going to do a 3-day total, which is Friday to Sunday, and also a 4-day total, which is today, Thursday to Sunday. Because technically, they do count those. So I'm going to say the 3-day total is going to be $41 million for just this 3-day. And then the 4-day total is going to be $52 million. I think this movie is going to do well. Tracking has shown it's doing better than a lot of people thought it was going to. On Wednesday, early screenings, it made like $3.7 million, which is higher than like Star Trek Into Darkness and some of these other movies that made around $60 to $70 million for its weekend. That's not to say it's going to make that much because it's different. Just expect it to be different. I think $41 million for the 3-day and then overall 52 for the 4-day. I think that's pretty good. Today I think it'll make about 11 million because of that 3.7 million from Wednesday. Maybe even more. Might even make like 12 to 13. We could see this go up to 55 million, but I'm going to say 52 million for 4-day, 41 million for the 3-day. So there you go. That's Ready Player One. That's my predictions. It's going to be number 1. Now number 2. This one's going to be This one's going to maybe be controversial. I'm not really sure. We'll see in the comments. I'm going to say number 2 is Acrimony, Tyler Perry's Acrimony, and I think that's going to make $14.2 million. The star power Taraji P. Henson, also the trailers themselves have been very mysterious in like a good way, where it's like really intense and dramatic, and people have been really enjoying them whenever I see them in theaters. This movie could even do way more. It could even get up to like almost 20 million. I could see it doing that, but I'm going to keep my guesses conservative. I'm going to say $14.2 million. Bam. That's what I think Acrimony is going to do, baby. Is it going to be a great movie? Probably, but we'll see. We'll see. By the way, I'm still sick. Hopefully I sound better. Let me take a swig, actually. Fresh. By the way, here's some black entertainment right there. Right along. Just wanted to say that. So I'm a big supporter of black entertainment. Just want to tell you. Speaking of black entertainment, my number 3 is Pacific Rim. You thought I was going to say Black Panther? No, I think Pacific Rim will come in at number 3 here. Dropping more than 50%, which will be sad, but not too much more. I think it will drop like 52%. Not terrible. Not a terrible hold. I think it will make $13.2 million this weekend. Made $28 million last weekend. Not a bad hold for a movie that I don't think will do well with either critics or audiences. I've been seeing a lot of like audience members not liking it, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but it definitely was disappointing considering how good the trailers were and how good the original one was. Ooh, God, I got the hiccup, sorry. To me. So there you go. So $13.2 million for Pacific Rim Uprising. Not a bad hold. I'm sure it'll do well foreign-wise, and I think it'll make up enough money to be considered either a semi-hit or just break even. I think it'll probably just get closer to breaking even. Maybe make a little bit of money, but I don't know if we'll be seeing a sequel. I'm still not sure about it. It made its budget back last weekend worldwide, but you have to remember that you can't just like take that as like, oh, we made our money back. That's it, because you have to take like theater costs, like how much money the theater is going to take from that overall gross. Also, a lot of that money was foreign, and they have to take a lot of money out of that foreign stuff when they bring it back to America and stuff like that. So there is a lot of stuff. So they probably only made technically around like maybe $60-70 million last weekend, not 150. So I don't know. We'll see. And also you have to consider the marketing. So it's $150 million for the budget, but also the marketing is not considered in there. And usually for big movies like this, the marketing can go up to $100 to $150 million. So yeah, I wouldn't exactly say this is a success yet. I think it's gonna need legs. And by the way, when I say 60 to 70 million, that's probably not correct. It may be more like 90 million they made. Thinking about it, it's probably more closer to 90 million they made from last weekend. Yeah. So they have some work. That's for damn sure. But anyway, that's number 3. Number 4 is Black Panther. Black Panther, I think, is going to make $11.1 million, dropping another like around 35%. I think that's just what it's going to keep dropping by. I could see this dropping maybe a little bit more if Acrimony does a little bit better, because, you know, black entertainment. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to give me shit for saying that, but yeah, you have to remember, there's not that many black-centric movies out there, so a lot of people flock to the ones that are either newer or the only ones that are out. So if Acrimony's out, then some people might just say we'll see that instead because it's newer. It's also Tyler Perry. We like we like his movies. So, but who knows? I think Black Panther will still drop only around 35%. It's been doing extremely well for the last few weeks, so I don't see it dropping huge this weekend. Maybe 40%, but I don't see it dropping any harder than that. Number 5 is I Can Only Imagine. I think this will be the highest grossing Christian film of the weekend, like it has been for the last couple of weeks. I think it's going to make $9.5 million this time. I think it's going to drop just a little bit harder than it did its second weekend, only because you also have God's Not Dead 3, and also you still have Apostle of Christ, or whatever it's called. So there is other options for Easter, and I think maybe some people are going to try to see Apostle of Christ because no one saw it last weekend, also because it is more Christ-themed. Because, I mean, God's Not Dead is Christ themes, but it's more about the regular Christian people. Same thing about I Can Only Imagine. So Apostle of Christ is about the Apostle of Christ, so it's going to be Christ-centric, way more Christ-centric. but the actual man, Christ. So whatever. That's what I mean. But anyway, I can only imagine 9.5 million. That's a pretty good hold for a third weekend for a Christian film. Number 6, God's Not Dead 3. I think this one's going to do $7.7 million in its opening weekend, which I think the second one did around that much. So that's going to be about the same, I think, as this one, because this one doesn't have that much hype towards it. The first movie did extremely well. It did extremely well, but it was also hated by so many people. The second one, the same thing. A lot of people did not like it. I have a feeling it's going to be the same here. So only because it's coming out during Easter weekend, I think it's going to do 7.7 million, but I think it's going to fade away pretty quickly because God's Not Dead 2 did the same thing. So it's going to fade away pretty quickly. So there you go. That's my number 6 is God's Not Dead 3. Number 7 is my boy Sherlock Gnomes. He's back again. He dropped the ball completely last weekend. He almost screwed me because I said he'll make 15 million. He only made like 10 million. Thanks a lot, boy. I was really expecting you to pull up and just like own the box office, and you didn't. You messed me up. Thanks a lot, boy. But this time I think it's going to drop less because, or not less, but I think it's going to drop not too bad because it is a family-oriented movie and there's not really that many out there. I guess you could say Ready Player One is, but I mean, there's moments where it definitely is more catered to adults, especially with its references. That's for damn sure. But I think people are going to want to see this one this time because, and not saying they're going to flock to the theaters to see Sherlock Gnomes, but I think it's going to drop much less. I'm going to say $7.1 million for Sherlock Gnomes in its second weekend, only because there's not really many other family-oriented films out there. Or I shouldn't say family-oriented. I should really say kid-oriented because Sherlock Gnomes is definitely way more for kids than families. But anyway, number 8 is Tomb Raider, for which is it? What is it? Third weekend, I think. And I think this one's gonna start fading away. That's for sure. I think it's gonna make $5.4 million in its third weekend, which overall will give it around almost like a $50 million domestic gross. Worldwide, it's already crossed over 200 million, so it may double its budget. So not too bad. I could see it like crossing around 270, maybe 80 million worldwide. So that's not too bad. I mean, that's almost a triple its gross. So, I mean, triple its budget. So that's not too bad. And maybe we'll see a sequel. I don't know, though. I don't know. We'll see. We will definitely see. Because I don't know. All right, so number 9 is Love, Simon, and it's what? Fourth weekend? No, is it third? It's third weekend. I think it's going to make $4.4 million this time because it dropped very small in its second weekend. I think it's going to drop smaller in this weekend. I made like $7.1 million last weekend. It's going to make $4.4 million this weekend. That's my prediction. I think it's going to stay in the top 10. I think it's going to continue to make money and continue to be watched. I have yet to see it myself. I do really want to see it because I heard it's really good. And number 10... even though I want this movie to fade away because I really don't like it, A Wrinkle in Time, which is $4.1 million for its, was it fourth weekend? I think it's the fourth weekend. Maybe it's the third weekend. No, it's the fourth weekend. For its fourth weekend, it's fading away, but it's doing better than I thought it would. So I'm going to say $4.1 million. It might just like barely make it to like 90, maybe even 95 million. I don't know if it's going to make 100 million though, but I could be wrong. But anyway, that is the top 10. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I still don't feel good, so if I was stumbling on my words, that's mainly because my throat is very sore and still have a stuffed nose. Not completely stuffed. Like I can still breathe through my nose, but it's a little hard. But man, my throat is sore. I think I have strep throat. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. So anyway, there you go. That is my top 10 predictions for the weekend box office. I hope you enjoyed that. Please tell me your predictions in the comments, of course. I actually did a poll. Maybe I should check that out. Maybe that might be fun. You know what? Let's do it. I did a poll for my YouTube channel. This might be something I want to implement in future predictions videos. So you know what? I'm just gonna tell you right here. I'm gonna do this maybe like like a day before I start doing these prediction videos, where I actually put a poll up and ask you what you think Ready Player One will do, or whatever the big movie is this weekend. And here we go. All right, so here's the poll I did. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. You can kind of see it, I guess. See, I didn't really prepare for this one because I didn't think I was gonna do it. There we go. You can see it there. All right, so I asked, how much do you think Ready Player One will make this weekend? All right, so I said I put 20 to 30 million. 12% said yes. By the way, 313 people voted for this, so thank you so much. That was way more than I thought. I thought I'd get like 100, but that's really cool. 313 people voted. That was really cool. Thank you for voting. 20 to 30 million dollars, that was 12%. 30 to 40 million dollars, that was 15% of you. 40 to 50 million dollars, that was 31% of you. By the way, this is for the weekend, I think. I didn't say the 4 days, so the weekend people think 40 to 50 million. 60 to 70 million. I don't know why I put that. I completely skipped 50 to 60 million. I just realized that. Screw it. It's not gonna make anywhere between 50 and 60. It's gonna go higher. To be fair, I did put this up when I was really tired and I was about to go to bed. And then I put a joke answer. I put $1. Of course, that almost beat it. But most people said 40 to 50 million dollars, which I think is definitely gonna be what happens. Let's check out the comments actually. Someone says $1. It won't be a good movie, just a money grab. Just a money grabbing, nostalgic cameo focused video games will ruin our society kind of movie. I want to be wrong though. It really wasn't that. That's for damn sure. It did have its like maybe you should go outside sometimes. Like message, but for the most part, it wasn't like that. $1 seems right. It looks good, but I think it'll be mostly about the nostalgia, which is perfectly okay. It had a lot of nostalgia, don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed the story itself. It was a simple story, and I did like the characters, and the characters themselves were simple, that's for damn sure, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. $1, it's good, but I don't think it's that good to reach 1 million. All right. $1. It looks like a Tron / Willy Wonka movie, but it focuses more on the world and the story and the characters. That's about true, yeah. I mean, this is Willy Wonka with the whole concept of like them trying to find the keys to inherit the oasis and stuff like that. And Tron, because it's a virtual world, yeah. All right, so anyway, thank you everybody for comments and thank you everybody for voting there. That was really cool, actually. I'll do this in the future, actually. That's a good idea. I should have a setup for it next time, though. So anyway, there you go. That is my box office predictions video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and until next time, of course, goodbye.